You have found Vagina Whispering, where we talk about everything from vaginas and orgasms to femininity, connection and love, intimacy, pleasure, intuition, menopause, and much more. This is a safe place to have real conversations and make real connections. We're going to have a great time. We're going to laugh a lot, and we are going to fall in love with ourselves again. A quick note before we begin, the information we present here is educational in nature and is not medical or psychological advice, nor is it a substitute for seeking licensed healthcare services. Okay, let's drop you into the conversation.
Good morning. Look at you, earrings and lipstick.
Oh,
quite a day.
I had a meeting at school. And then I came back and I put more lipstick on for you, just a little.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Oh, I showered and trying to have a good hair day for you. I put on.
I'm impressed. Okay. Normally I have little earrings on underneath here.
Ah, gotcha.
And it's a little bigger for you. And I put a little bend in my hair right there. Do you see that?
Oh, I see it.
Yeah.
Yeah, your bangs are cooperating. You're looking amazing.
Yeah, thank you. My bangs are cooperating. They have not been. Yes. Put a little hairspray in. Yeah.
Very nice.
I did get my braces tightened yesterday. I am in pain. It's so fun. It's a good diet plan for about 2 weeks right before Hawaii. It's good.
Maybe I need braces.
No, I don't recommend them.
No.
All right. What's the topic? Let's get started.
Okay. So, Jen, I'm actually feeling more fired up than I normally am to do an episode because I have something I really want to talk about. It's a little bit burning for me.
Okay.
And I don't mean I have an STI.
I know. I was like, UTI, STI. I don't know. Something's burning. Got it.
We should talk about UTI someday. I used to have a real issue. But anyway, here's the thing. So I'm a breast cancer survivor after cancer treatment. I've been a member of a Facebook group called Sex After Breast Cancer for a number of years. It was so nice to find this sense of community. Very often when I see a new post on there, they often say, I've been in a relationship for X amount of time. And now either because I'm going through treatment, my partner has left the relationship while they're in the middle of fucking treatment. Or I went through treatment. My partner was great. Now it's a year after. I have no libido, no sex drive. It feels like my vagina is being cut up when we try to have sex. And now my partner is looking to leave.
Yes.
And I'm going to contrast that with when you're single and looking for a relationship and you're in that position where you can't really, or you would choose not to have sex, or you have a very low libido. There is a real shittiness. I'm totally on board with that. With anybody abandoning somebody that you claim to love when they're going through maybe the hardest time in their life. If you don't have the ability to support them through it, I'm assuming that's why you would run. And if you don't have that ability, maybe you should run because clearly you're not going to help them. You could make their life harder at an already hard time. If you're so needy that you just can't handle that their needs now have to come first. When you think about having a kid, you're like, oof, I'm going to have to give all of my attention and energy to somebody else. When you're in a relationship, if that person gets sick, do you stay or not? This woman was talking about the partner that left while she was in the middle of treatment and they'd been together for a couple of years. Totally fucked up. That is like a douche thing to do for sure.
I can't even imagine.
She was talking about trying to date, categorizing a bad man is the kind that doesn't want to date her because she's eventually sharing, hey, I can't really have sex. Or maybe it's, I can't really have intercourse because it hurts too fucking much. Or I have no libido now. Or my body still feels like a bit of a train wreck. And she's categorizing the men that aren't pursuing a relationship with her as, quote, bad men. And she was talking about a guy in particular she met, and she thought he was, quote, a good guy. And then she opened up about what is real for her about sex. And about a week later, he ended the relationship. I think they were just starting to get to know each other. And now I thought he was a, quote, good guy, but apparently he was a bad guy. My understanding of men and my experience of men when I was single, I would have been on board with that. Because you're having problems and he's unwilling to stand by you or try a relationship with you. I would see it from the woman's perspective. But after being married for 20 years to one of the kindest humans I've ever met, who has a very high sex drive, we were mismatched from the beginning. I have pretty much almost no libido. It has created huge problems in our relationship. Sometimes it's a daily conversation to talk about this. No exaggeration. If I was single and met my husband, I'd be like, thank you for being honest for what you need. And I don't think I should sign up for that. I'm not going to pretend that I want that with you or that I even want that at all. Let's be friends. but I'm not going to label him a bad guy because he's being honest about his actual physical needs. Because without having sex, I have witnessed the kindest human being I know get depressed and hopeless and anxious and feel unloved and argue constantly.
Yeah.
I feel good that I actually have a better rounded perspective at this point in my life.
Yeah.
But I really felt strongly about that's not a bad guy.
Yeah.
That's
I see
somebody
what you're
who's being,
saying.
be glad he's honest with you.
Yeah. I completely resonate with her at the stage that she is in her life. And the last thing you want is to be rejected for something
Yes,
that you had no control over. You know, you have
absolutely. Yeah.
no control over that. It's one thing when, I don't know, just no control. So I
Yeah.
can feel her space. And I'm sure it is because I've been with my husband for 27 years now as well. When you're married, you're committed. I would rather have someone tell me before I fall in love, before I say I do, to
Yeah.
be honest enough. I agree with you. What we all really want in a relationship is honesty.
Yeah.
And if you don't have honesty, what do you have? I believe honesty and trust are the core emotions before love. I
Mm,
don't believe that you can actually love someone if
mm.
you do not trust them.
Agreed. Agreed.
And if
In a
yeah,
romantic partnership, we're talking about specifically family
yeah,
relationships. You can love somebody and know to not trust them, but we're talking about romantic relationships, partnerships.
I just don't think it's
No.
possible. Honesty and trust is paramount before love. What a gift it was that he said, I can't be in this relationship.
Yeah.
And I'm sure she's not thinking that. And there
Yeah.
might be people that listen to me that hate mail me, but I completely agree. What a gift. And,
Yeah.
go ahead. And I mean, I was going to mention, don't ask questions that you don't want answers to.
Yeah.
If she's going to be honest from the get-go before she gets into a bigger relationship with someone,
Yeah.
and she doesn't get the response that she wants, I'm sorry. I actually am on the guy's side. I didn't think that I would be when we started this conversation, but I'm not
Mm,
on the guy's side who leaves the marriage. I agree
yeah.
with you.
That's
Like,
shitty. Yeah.
however, don't ask questions you don't want answers to. If you're going to be honest and vote, I'll tell you, I led with I'm a virgin with many
Mm.
of the people that I dated. Actually,
Mm.
everybody. I'd be like, hey, if you want to get into a serious relationship with me before we're married and you want to have sex, I'm not doing that. Now, I ended up doing
Oh.
that, but whatever. I just said I'm a virgin and I'm not putting out. So if that's what you want, you can't be in
Mm.
a relationship. I think only one guy actually was like, all right, thanks. I just really want to fuck you. That's probably what he wanted because I know how he thought about me. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
And by the way, I mean, there's a huge difference between 16, 21, and 24. Finally, after dating my husband for
Mm.
whatever I put out, but I was 24. It's just the same concept of
Yeah.
if I couldn't handle a guy leaving me because I didn't put out, then I shouldn't have said that in the beginning and then just surprised him in the middle of a heated yada and maybe gotten raped because I wasn't honest because I got someone so
Mm.
worked up and then was like, oh, by the way, I'm a virgin. I don't want to have sex. Like,
Yeah.
what? I just, yeah, wow.
No, I
I
appreciate that you're saying that and change your tune with Alex because you felt something real, a real connection. You fell in love with each other. He didn't care. And that's different than, let's say, a disability or potentially permanent disability.
don't say things, don't ask questions, don't make statements if you can't stand by the response that you get.
Is it personal to say, gosh, I really need to have sex like twice a week with a partner. So this is not a good match. That's not personal. I
That's a
know what I
need.
need. Yeah. And
That's
I
a
think
need.
there's a lot of judgment on the behalf from women about men and sex. Like they're maybe it's an ego stroke, or I don't think we understand. I never did. Like it's a genuine physical drive they have that maybe I had that when I was 16 or 21.
I never
Not a
did.
lot since.
I
It's
never
a
did.
very really. Oh, interesting.
I could go months and not have
Mm,
sex and be just fine.
gotcha.
And when we don't wait that long all the listeners are like, oh my God, how is he still with it? We have sex. And, but it's not something that I typically pursue. I'm not sitting there, oh my God, I
Mm,
got it. Da, 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 da. And yet when we do, it's incredible. Like it feels
mm,
so good to connect on a physical level.
yeah.
And it does. And that's hugely valuable. I understand that. So yeah, just get back to that, what you were saying though about it is a need. And what popped into my head was it's evolution.
Mm,
It
hmm.
is man's pursuit of spreading their sperm, populating the earth. It is an
Yeah.
animalistic need from when we were apes, cavemen. I think it's really important to remember that. Women don't do that. I
Yeah.
couldn't have 90 kids, but a man could have 90 kids. Heck, you could have that in 3 months if you were real good. Boom. Have
Yeah.
sex every day with a different person. Women can't do that. So I
Yeah.
don't believe that we are genetically made up to desire that much sex. Because
Mm.
if we did, and if we actually got pregnant that much, then we would maybe have 15 children. And I guess there are women that have that.
There
But
are, there certainly used to
mhm.
be. That was
Oh,
more common back in the day when people needed
mhm.
more farm hands, or
Mhm.
part of that was a religious commitment.
Yeah.
Like you were praised for having more believers, kind of
And
thing.
you were
Yeah.
fertile.
There's that too. Yeah.
You were 15 and starting. So
Oof. Yeah.
yeah, easy. People were getting married at 12,
Yeah.
pregnant at 13, 14. And yeah, I think it's an interesting conversation.
This is what I wrote to her. I'm sorry for the crappy experiences you're having with men. This might not sound great, but at least they're being honest about what they need and what they're okay with. They might not be, quote, bad guys for that. I've been married for a long time, and this is still a very big issue in our relationship. It has and still does cause conflict and hurt feelings. And I really meant this, I meant all of it, but if
Mhm.
I was single and met my husband today, he would probably do the same as what you described above. If I was able to understand what I now understand, I would probably have to dump him. It is really hard for him to be with someone who does not want, no libido, or can't really accommodate a basic need that is usually inherent to a romantic relationship. So I wouldn't choose to sign up for that kind of pressure. It's difficult to be on both sides of this matter. I feel for you. I'm sure you'll figure out what and who is right for you. All of this with care. I hope I wasn't out of line.
Oh, that was very nice.
I meant it with love, but I wanted to be super clear. I would hope that if I was single, some older, married, long-time woman would look, let me give you
Yeah.
some wisdom here,
Yeah.
sister. You're struggling for something that shouldn't necessarily be a struggle. Although,
Right.
even being married to a great guy, I
Mhm.
certainly have felt like a failure, selfish, withholding. There's something wrong with me. Why don't I just want to blah, blah? But we had this issue well before I ever had cancer treatment.
Oh,
So
okay. Yeah.
it's always been an issue. It's just it's like from mediocre to hit the floor kind
Mm.
of difference post cancer treatment.
Yeah.
So,
I just typed in sex therapy for women after cancer.
mm,
I just thought, let's see what comes out.
okay.
So this is from the American Cancer Society, radiation therapy side effects. Obviously, it's in
Mm,
there. Oh, okay, I'm just going to read this website, marca.com. Mother surprises her son with sex with porn star Bonnie Blue. Surprise.
okay.
Uh-huh.
Wow.
Okay. Yeah, that's not something that I didn't search that.
Got that part.
Surprise
And Jen's
sex.
mouth is agape as she's
Yeah.
looking at that
I'm like,
because it's
okay.
surprising. We'll just say
Yeah, so that they're not really, this is sad.
hmm.
Wow. Wow, we should Google these questions more often. How to have anal sex for the first time. That literally popped up on WebMD.
Into that.
After cancer, changes in a woman's sex life. That's from John Hopkins.
Oh, okay.
Oh, let me click on it and just see what we get.
Yeah.
What causes sexual problems for women after cancer? Who's at risk? Types of sexual problems for women after cancer: low sex drive, vaginal dryness, vaginal stenosis, which is the narrowing or tightening, vaginismus. This is a spasm of the muscles of the vagina that can make sex hurt,
Yeah.
pain during sex, vulva vaginal atrophy. This is thinning or dryness of the tissues of the vulva, the lining of the vagina, or both. I definitely have that. vaginal shortening, change in sensitivity,
Mm-hmm.
changes in orgasm. It may take
Mm-hmm.
you longer to have an orgasm. You may have orgasms that are less intense, or
Mm-hmm.
you may have no orgasm.
Mm-hmm.
Physical problems like fatigue, pain, shortness of breath, body image problems, mood changes. Getting help. Some sexual problems may get better over time, but talk to your healthcare team. Okay, of course. To get treatment for sex problems, you may work with different kinds of healthcare providers, such as gynecologist, a counselor, sex therapist, hormone therapy. So other types of treatment include hormone therapy, vaginal dilator therapy, which I
Mm-hmm.
think you've
We've
done,
talked about before. Yeah.
topical lidocaine. This is a pain medicine in a cream or ointment. It can help ease the symptoms of painful sex.
It numbs you.
Yeah, which is kind of sad. Vaginal moisturizers and lubricants. So I have two vaginal moisturizers right now that I have not started using because one is like a you shoot it up in there before you go to bed at night, which is
Mm.
great, but then I don't know, definitely not going to have sex after that's gone in. Like it's a cream to help
Mm.
increase fluid production. Managing
Gotcha.
menopause after cancer treatment, using birth control, talking with your partner. Okay.
It's a big pervasive issue. Like of the
Yeah.
list of symptoms, potentially, I can relate to at least half of those. I had a thinning of my endometrial lining. I don't know if that impacts sex,
Oh,
but oh, yeah, I've had to get some real kind of intensive testing about that to make sure I don't have cancer or precancer there because
right.
it's big changes.
And then on top of that, you add menopause or perimenopause. And I'm assuming if you've had cancer, you're not going to take hormone replacement therapy because
You
that
cannot.
increases
Yeah.
your risk.
I shouldn't say you cannot. You
Hmm.
could choose to.
You
I
could
would
choose to.
never choose to
Mhm.
because that's part of why I got breast cancer is
Exactly.
because of hormones and not because I was taking hormones. You can have estrogen receptor positive cancer, which is what I had, testosterone,
Oh,
or I forget what the other ones are, but it's related to hormones. So the last thing you want is anything with hormones. I remember people saying, don't even drink soy milk, don't eat tofu. I do engage with tofu and soy milk. That feels right to me. I would never take hormone therapy. And there are topical things you can insert. It would
mm-hmm.
be moisturizing. I've been
Hmm.
prescribed that kind of thing, but I just want to leave my vagina alone. I'm not
Yeah.
interested in poking and prodding at her. I did get pelvic floor therapy, and we talked about that probably almost about a year ago. And
Mm-hmm.
I got these quote dilators. I bought these hard plastic ones because it seemed recommended. And the woman that I saw for the pelvic floor therapy was like, no, do not use those. So I got soft ones. I used them a little bit and then I really got off of that. And I've told Grant before, I'm sorry, but I just don't want to use those. I would rather just work at expanding the ability of my vagina to stretch with him. But it's very
Hmm.
tricky because I don't really feel a sex drive. Although I get little pangs at night when I'm just about to fall asleep. I'm high from my sleep gummies. I'm
Hmm.
tired and I
Hmm.
don't want to be like, oh, hey. So I take care of myself. But I've been trying with energy and asking for healing. It's a hot topic. I think it's a really important thing to look at in a relationship. And like you're saying about like honesty, being insightful enough to know what is and isn't okay for you and actually
Hmm.
being fucking honest about it. When I first met Grant, I probably thought, oh, yeah, I'd ideally, oh, I'd love to have sex a lot more often. But you know what? I actually really didn't. I didn't know that about myself, but I learned that kind
Right.
of quickly. And if we were both being honest, we might not have stayed in a relationship after the first couple of months. And that might have been, yeah, I would have missed out on all the wonderful things about him, but that would have also not had him have to deal with all the stuff he's had to,
Yeah.
which has been way harder on him.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
also mentioned guilt, and there's guilt on both sides,
Yeah.
right? Alex, he's very attracted to me. Let's just say that. He's very attracted to me.
Mm.
And which is a great thing.
Yeah.
And it can be quite challenging because I just the other night, I'm like, stop touching me. I was like, he just was
Mm.
touching and touching. And I love how soft your skin is. And I just touching. And I'm like, I finally just lost it. I was like, get off. Just stop touching me. Stop.
Mm.
And he's, I'm sorry. I find you so attractive. I'm sorry. I find you so attractive. Hmm. That's what
I'd
he
have to
said.
process that. Yeah.
Oh no, I get phrases like that all the time.
Huh.
I'm sorry that I want to make love to
Mm,
you. Oh, I hear that a lot. Oh,
gotcha.
God, poor you that I'm so attracted to you
Wow.
that I want to kiss you
Yeah.
and touch you and hold you and whatever. But I've heard from many moms, they're all, oh man, I get touched
Yeah.
all the time. Or I'm picking up, or I'm picking a
Hmm.
child up, or moving a child, or da, da, da. I'm touched a lot. And so, yeah. But the guilt that, just to bring that back, like the guilt is on both sides
Yeah.
when you can't have sex or when you're choosing to not
Mm.
engage in that.
Yeah.
Both parties can feel bad about themselves and sorry and that's hard too. Those are emotions that are guilt is a really weird emotion. I don't love it.
Yeah. And shame is
Mhm.
probably right behind that. Like
Yeah.
Alex
Oh
feeling
yeah.
like he's pestering you because in his mind, he's just trying to love you
Mhm.
fully. And
Totally.
then you feeling bad because you're like, yeah, I do get that he does really love me. Thank
Mhm.
goodness he's still so attracted to me after
Mm.
all these years.
Oh, after 27 years, yeah,
Gosh. Yeah.
I'm very lucky.
Yeah.
Now, I also this is going to sound so snarky. I also work on my
Yeah.
body.
Yeah. You do things to
I
keep yourself
have
very attractive to
not
him.
let
Yeah.
myself go.
Yeah.
I've heard so many women that just say, once I got married, I just didn't matter anymore. I'm like, oh no. For me, like the
Mm.
older I get, the more I want to be like, look, we went on a date on Monday and I arranged for the babysitter to come early so that I could shower and wash my hair and
Mm.
put makeup on and pick out a fun outfit. And one, because I wanted to do, I like feeling good. I'm quite egotistical when it comes to that stuff. I like
Mm.
looking good. It makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, and there's a whole thing we could unwrap there, but we're not going to. And yet I do it because it also makes him very happy.
Mm.
He's gorgeous. I'm like, I got to keep up with him. Goodness gracious. You should see him when he shaves, actually. But see, he shaved for me. He's, oh, I'm
Um,
going to take some time and shave because I
hmm.
know how much you love my face soft.
Hmm.
So we take care of each other. I was thinking the other day, every single time we sneeze, we're like, bless you. It doesn't matter where in the house you hear someone sneeze, you're like, bless you. And I wonder how many of those little things that we do for each other that we don't even recognize, where it's saying please or thank you for doing that. Or I don't know. And I'm hoping that even though my daughter also hears me scream and holler at him, that she's also hearing those little things of we do take care of each other. I need to probably say more often, you're a gorgeous man.
Mm.
Because he likes to say it to me, which means he wants to hear it too.
Gotcha.
That's the love language stuff. We give what we
Mm.
want. I just blabbering on about that, but
No,
yeah.
this is all important stuff. This is all about nurturing a relationship. There are so many times when we'll talk or I'll be editing our video and I have this moment of me like 20 years ago, I would have had such a judgment about this, or I just didn't, there's so much I didn't know. But I was, in some ways, my head was in the sand about a lot of things. I didn't have a lot of like relationship experience. I was single and dated a lot, but like a real relationship, genuine intimacy is something that in some ways still eludes me. What I'm working on now, which I'm feeling good about, I talk about this area in my therapy, which is part of why I got into therapy. I didn't feel like we made a lot of progress in our couples therapy. So I have my own therapist. I love working with her. What I want to do when I'm around a cat, I'm like, oh, I love you so much. And I just want to touch them and kiss their little faces. But when it comes to people, I feel very differently about that. I'm a big hugger, but other stuff, I really trained Grant, don't really touch me because his hands are too hot or I'm itchy or I'm
Mhm.
sweaty. I feel gross. Get away from me. And he's a very sensitive person. So if he doesn't do those things, he hasn't done those things much in a very long time.
Yeah.
So there's dealing with a sensitive person and your reaction, even if you don't say it, they'll feel it. So you have
Hmm.
to have integrity with what you say you're okay with, because otherwise they'll know you're full of crap.
Hmm.
What I'm now going to work on, thanks to my therapist, is connecting and visualizing it so I can like mentally prepare and rehearse, but
Hmm.
visualizing like the emotions that I feel coming out physically, whether it's like energy or physical touch, because that
Hmm.
doesn't feel natural to me
Hmm.
with him. Maybe not with any man. I don't know. I've never been in this situation with a different man before,
Mm.
but that's where I'm at right now. And doing it from the perspective of energy, which I really connect with and resonate with
Yeah.
so much, helps me get over what feels like just total fucking awkwardness. Does that make
Oh,
sense?
yeah. I'm just trying to think of an example. So I know you rub his feet.
Yeah, I do that.
That doesn't count as touch to you guys?
Oh, no, it does.
Okay.
It
So what
does.
type of holding his hand or stroking his shoulder or putting your hand on his back? Or are you talking about that type of stuff?
I want more like sensual, I'm in love with you. I want to feel intimately close with you. Not just I'm rubbing your shoulders because I know you're tense, rubbing your feet because I know you like it. I'd only rub his feet. So
Mhm.
there's that.
So give
But
me an example of what she's asking you to try or what you've tried.
oh, this conversation just happened yesterday. So I'm
Oh,
just
okay.
still sitting with it.
Okay.
I did it this morning. He was leaving for work. And I even did it a little bit last night. We'll give each other a peck often,
Okay.
but I felt more intentional about bringing more energy to doing that and feeling more love
Good.
for him when I do it. So
Mm.
bringing, I don't know if that would be considered like a little bit of passion, but bringing more emotional energy into it that I know he'll feel the difference because
Mm-hmm.
he's so, but I'm
Yes.
also feeling the difference. Even if he's not noticing it, this is me working towards what I think will really help
Mm-hmm.
because we women need to feel loved to want to have sex, which is why we
Mm-hmm.
feel rejected, and men from sex feel loved
Yes. Yeah.
because we're opening ourselves, we're
Mm-hmm.
being vulnerable. And
Mm-hmm.
you know what? I want to have some fucking orgasms with my husband. I want to play sexually. I want to have these experiences with him way more often than we do.
So you do, because
I do.
I'm hearing contradictory phrases
Yeah,
coming out of your mouth.
you're right. I'm actually, an exercise came to me. So I know my spiritual team is trying to help me with these things. And one
Mm-hmm.
of the things they said was to make a list, the reasons why I do want to have sex with Grant and the reasons I don't, to really
Mm-hmm.
tap into the unconscious stuff that I'm not even aware of that is impacting how I relate to him and how I
Mm-hmm.
relate to my body and sex. So also got a message. His higher self came in last week to tell me how
Ooh.
ridiculous I'm being. I know it's been a busy week.
Wow.
Uh,
Jeez
so check
Louise.
this out. So his higher self came in and said, I need to talk to you too. And he said to me that I think of my body as grotesque because I'm overweight and that Grant doesn't feel that way. And I need to understand that he doesn't feel that way. That's just me. And it's true.
Did that resonate with you? Do you believe that? His higher self usually is, I would imagine, quite truthful. It,
Oh,
it
it
just,
would,
it
like
felt
I
like
said,
you're right.
I wouldn't have, those words probably wouldn't have come out of my mouth because
Okay.
that's way more plain about it than I would
Mm-hmm.
probably think. And that I'd like to think that I think about myself at this point. I've been working on my body image stuff, but
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I do feel that, especially the idea of being naked. He's in the best shape of his life and at one of my heaviest points. My weight fluctuates here and there. It felt
It's a,
very true.
it's a, I don't know what it is about. Well, my dad used to be able to just lose 15 pounds. Like he would just change his habits for a week
Yeah,
and his body would just let go of stuff. And women are just not like that.
no.
It's interesting. I haven't seen you for a while, but I would never ever put you in the category of overweight. I never
Yeah.
would. And so for you to even say that for me, I'm like, oh my gosh, overweight. No, because the last
I'm
time I
not
saw you,
like,
I didn't.
yeah. No, I wouldn't be
But
considered overweight by somebody
mm-mm,
else's standard. I'm
right,
not
yes.
that, like, I'm probably, it's irrational. It's very teenage. And
Hmm.
I'm aware that it's very teenage. I think my sort of borderline self hatred that I've been grappling with for most of my life is right there. And so it has stuck with me about body stuff. There are times when I feel thin, like I put on my one piece bathing suit, go to the gym and the pool, and I don't know why because I'm wearing a bathing suit, but it's very conservative bathing suit actually.
Yeah.
And I always feel thin when I'm doing that. I don't know why. Maybe I'm looking at other people's real bodies and I'm like, I'm not doing so fucking bad. What am I
No.
working up in
Yeah.
my head? But that
Uh-huh.
is how I feel
Mhm.
because I feel the extra weight of every moment of the day.
Even I joked a little bit in the beginning, like my braces are a great diet plan, but it's
Mm,
true. I'm realizing how I feel better when I have one less pound on me.
Yeah.
It's
You
silly.
feel no, but you feel it, don't
I
you?
feel it. That's why when I'll say to people like, "Oh my gosh, I just don't feel good about my body right now," and people will look at me with like death rays. And I'm all, "Listen,
Yeah.
I know what feels good and I know when it doesn't feel good. And if I put on a pound, I can feel it." Now, I don't weigh myself, so I don't know. I have
Yeah.
no idea if I'm putting on a pound or four or a half, but I feel different. My body feels different. And that completely connects with my sex drive. I do know that.
Ooh, hell
It
yeah.
completely, if I do not want to stand naked in the mirror when Alex walks by, we have a
Hmm.
problem.
Nobody's saying that it's rational or that you're
Mm-mm.
like it's actually just a comfort, like feeling uncomfortable in your own skin is very personal. My sister, God bless her, my sister left her body a year and a half ago, but this is what I'm picking up right now. She's sharing that
Mm-hmm.
she was 80 to 100 pounds overweight and she thought she was fucking hot. I was so
Mm-hmm.
envious that she felt so good about her body. It's feeling uncomfortable in your skin. It's not about how much you weigh right now. She's okay with me sharing this. I remember her saying she saw a picture of herself and she thought she looked so good in this outfit that she had. And then she realized it wasn't very flattering. But this is somebody who was 80 pounds overweight and felt fucking hot. She was like, God, I thought I looked better. And I
Mm-hmm.
was like, hey, I'm happy for you. You feel so good about how you look. And
Yeah.
I didn't have a judgment about her. I didn't care. It's her body. Do whatever the fuck you
Mm-hmm.
want. I
Mm-hmm.
just wanted her to be healthy.
Healthy. Yeah.
But that she felt so almost vain about herself was like good for her.
Very attractive. That
Yes.
is
Yes.
very attractive to every gender, to
Yeah.
whatever you identify
Confidence.
as.
Absolutely.
Confidence
Yeah.
is so attractive.
Yeah.
It's, and actually, I was going to go back, something that popped into my head when you were chatting.
Mm.
If it was about the actual number,
Mm.
and we wouldn't have anorexic people
Yeah.
because
Yeah. Absolutely.
you just, if it was about the number, I think that's how I would say it. Is
I
that
love
correct?
that.
It doesn't matter sometimes
Yeah.
how low you get. If you don't feel good about yourself and your body, it doesn't matter.
Oh yeah. There were times when I've been thinner and in much better shape. So being in good shape, like fit
Mm. Yeah.
versus lighter. There are
Hmm.
plenty of times when I was lighter and fitter and
Hmm.
I felt ugh about
Crappy.
myself.
Yeah.
Some of that, yeah. But yeah, I feel self-conscious now and I have been not doing enough because I'm not moving the scale, but I have been doing things to really be way more conscious about what I'm eating. But
Good.
then I realize I'm having like this little treat of this like hot cocoa with these vegan marshmallows and I'm thinking, "Oh, it's vegan this, vegan that." And then I was like, "Oh shit, I did it again." Where I forget, "Oh, wait, but there's a lot of fucking calories, no
But there's
acids
the
in that. There's
calories,
sugar in
babe.
that. What are you
Hmm.
doing?" Oh, but I forget because anyway,
That is one thing that I've struggled. We are all over the board today.
I think we're not
That
that far off actually, but anyway.
no, that is actually one thing. Food awareness.
Mm,
I just have it. I know
mm,
when I put something in my mouth
mm,
that, oh, there's carbs in here and you're eating carbs. And I remember eating, I found a stash of Halloween candy. Now, I don't eat candy much.
mm.
And I was craving just not high quality chocolate because we have plenty of that in the house.
Yeah.
I was craving junk like a Twix, a really small Snickers, a little baby Kit Kat. They were all the Halloween candies, the
Seeing,
little baby ones.
yeah,
Mm.
I'm seeing Tootsie Rolls. Did you have Tootsie Rolls
I
too?
couldn't, but I like a good
Oh,
Tootsie
right.
Roll.
Yeah.
These braces
Not with
don't let
those
me do it.
braces. Yeah.
I had a real hard time. Like I had to spit out the Snickers like nuts because I
Oh,
couldn't get through them. What I'm getting at
that was
is
a cute visual.
I could not. I couldn't count. I couldn't cow gnaw it through. My teeth don't even come together right now.
Oh
Like I
gosh.
have to like gnaw like a cow. It's good image. I remember very aware of, oh, this is full of carbs. This is full of
Mm.
sugar. You need to pay attention in an hour when you hit the wall
Oh, yeah.
because you are gonna feel like crap. Just be aware of it so that when it
Hmm.
happens, okay, it's because you really enjoyed those three little pieces
Hmm.
and now you feel like crap. But the other day, I was eating these little puffy things that we got for teal because I have to have things that can dissolve in my mouth right now. It's easier. And
Yeah.
I was just mowing on them. I think I ate a bag in 2 days. And
Mm.
I know exactly why I'm doing it. I know I'm like, okay, this is because you're craving this right now. It was really interesting when my mom's wife, she consumes food without having any concept of there's no protein in this meal. So I am very aware of, okay, if I'm going to choose something, I need to choose something with protein. Like right
Oh,
now, it's cottage
okay.
cheese. Like I have to eat cottage cheese because I can eat it without chewing it.
Gotcha.
Yogurt, protein. Like when I make a smoothie now, I put in more protein because I have to. I'm
Mm-hmm.
always aware of it. I was just, I don't know if I was born this way, tons of
Gotcha.
calories and sugar in there. I just wouldn't. Like if I choose to eat ice cream, I know what I'm
Mm.
putting into my body. I'm like, okay, carbs and sugar and dairy.
Gotcha.
I don't know. But I don't think people are always aware of that stuff.
Oh, I don't think so either. I used to
Mm.
laugh at myself that I had caloric amnesia.
Caloric amnesia. Oh, I forgot that I ate
I,
earlier. Is that what
I would
that
eat some,
is?
yeah, I remember years ago, but I had some big cheesy piece of pizza, or maybe I had two. I don't remember. I had that some point during the day. And then it's, I don't know, around dinner time. And I remember being like, oh, hey, I'm doing pretty good today, not eating a lot. And then I was like, oh, wait a minute. I think that's when the term came to me of caloric amnesia. Anyway,
Hmm.
I started keeping this little journal. I did Weight Watchers quite a few years ago.
Mm-hmm.
It was helpful, but I would be too ashamed to write it in my little, I'm not feeling that way about it. Hold
Right.
myself accountable and keep the awareness, the
Hmm.
awareness.
Yeah.
So I don't think I don't know, maybe people who are very weight conscious might do that, but it seems like you just try to do that naturally because you're also
No.
thinking about what you're putting in your body
Mm.
because you're anticipating the result of it.
Yeah. If I eat an apple for lunch, I
Mm.
won't be hungry for dinner. That's how much an apple affects me. Like the
Wow.
sugar and the density of an apple.
Mm.
My mom eats an apple every single day for lunch. And she's like, why can't you just have an apple? I'm like, I won't eat dinner. I will be
Wow.
so full from an apple. It's really strange. But like I've figured
Huh.
that out about myself. Like,
Interesting.
oh no, you can't have apples. Now I
Wow.
can't eat them anymore right now either. I'd be like, it just wouldn't work. Applesauce, maybe. But
I think
I just know that.
Jennifer, we're going to make a video of you pretending you're eating different things because it's too cute when you're doing that.
When I have my braces on. Oh my God. Funny.
Uh,
Oh, yeah, yeah. This was fun. We covered all sorts of different things.
we did, and I appreciate having the conversation. I don't feel like I'm like on the man's side or I'm not like a girl's, like I actually feel like I have balance in how I see things very differently than I did when I was younger.
Mm.
And I'm just grateful because I've been wanting to feel balanced in a lot of ways. And now I feel like I have that. I can see both sides and I can see the setup it creates for both people and no hate or love, like disparity, like both sides
Right.
love. I
Yeah.
can see both sides. And I just want to spread that because it's so easy to vilify men because as heterosexual women, I've had some very bad experiences with men. I've also had some really beautiful ones, but I'm not going to put them all in a category or lump group. Like they're all terrible except for the few, except I don't, no, I'm not buying into that anymore. So,
I like
yeah.
that. The balance of perspective.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Good for you.
So for our listeners, you can agree, you can disagree, you can rip us a new one, you can be like, oh my God, finally somebody said something that actually made sense or helped me. And we would be interested wherever you're at because we
Yes.
care about you. We're sharing this because we care about you. And we're not old, but we're two old married ladies. And I think we have some perspective that if you're in that category or not, it might be helpful. If you want to share anything that's on your heart about this, please reach out to us. We would love to
Hmm.
hear from you and connect with you about that. We are at vaginawhispering@gmail.com. We love you all. I love you, Jen.
I
And
love you too.
thanks for being here. Thanks for
Yeah.
being here
Thanks for
with
being here.
us. See you next
Take
time.
care. Bye.
Bye.
Thanks for joining us. To access the full unedited interview on video, visit our Vagina Whispering channel on YouTube. If you have a topic you'd like to learn about, or if you have a specialist you'd like us to interview, please email us at vaginawhispering@gmail.com. And on a final note, while Noelle Dean is a licensed marriage and family therapist in the state of California, she does not provide any psychotherapy or other licensed healthcare services as the host. Any action you take based on the information contained herein is strictly at your own risk. Please refer to the podcast disclaimer in the show notes for further information.